So, yeah, guys, let's do a little Talkstone then. Let's do a little Talkstone. I saw a lot of questions here are happened. I was in London for the whole week, but a lot happened. When I was in London, I left at Tuesday or Wednesday. I came back yesterday evening. But in between, a lot has happened. I haven't streamed for 5 days, but everybody saw like the big post of Life Coach. It was really known on Reddit. For me, it totally didn't came as a surprise. I think he was also quite clear about how he felt with the current state of the game. I also talked with him before. So for me, it was not a surprise at all. But to be clear, guys, he's not quitting Hearthstone. He is just not playing ladder anymore. Probably not doing much with the whole HCT tour. But he will still be playing in the ESL. And maybe in other tournaments too. But it's just that the ladder experience for him, he doesn't enjoy it anymore. So he's kind of looking for a solution for that. And well, everybody, we all know, like, you have to do, and this is also what I think, guys. You have to do the thing. If you do something you don't like, it's not gonna work. So you can like pressure yourself, push yourself for another month, for 2 months, for half a year. And that's maybe what, and that's actually what he probably already kind of did. And now he just wants to see if there is something else to give a try to. So I think it's a little like getting out of contrast here, because there is no like he's not stopping, guys, at all. It's just that ladder, and I think he has really some valid points regarding ladder. I definitely think the system is really going towards grinding, and I'm like you don't like, yeah, I also don't like the direction of the grinding that much, where it's so important to get as much games in as you can to get a better finish on ladder and qualify yourself that way for HCT. I definitely think the Open Cup system is something I don't like. With the Open Cup system, it's because every month you can get points regarding Open Cups. I don't play that many Open Cups, but from the experience I heard from others there too, it's also really a lot like, yeah, it's just grinding, and if you have a tournament win, you're not playing for a month in an open tournament again. Maybe there are no better solutions, but I see these points too. So now that is what I wanted to start with, guys, and now come with your questions, and I will answer them a little bit myself. But first, just want to get like some general thoughts in here, and then I can be more direct towards your questions. So let's see. I see a lot of cool story, Bob. I hope you guys are not too sarcastic. But do you lie to yourself? Are you telling you sure like this current state of the game? For me, I think I love Hearthstone. I love Hearthstone, guys. I still love Hearthstone. I still have a lot of fun with Hearthstone. Do I like the current meta game and the direction the game is going? No, I don't. I actually don't. I think this is one of the... I think the Undertaker meta was the worst. But this was really early in Hearthstone, so there was still so many things people tried at that point that it didn't hurt the game too much. Now we are in the meta where things are way more solved out. Decks are really solved out. There are a lot of like packages of cards that in every class that people figured out that what is the best. So the game is a little bit more figured out than 2 years ago. And now looking at the meta from the last year, the last 1.5 years, this is probably one of the worst metas, I think. I really don't like this meta. But I love Hearthstone, guys. And I have a lot of fun still with specific decks. I still have a lot of fun. It's a little sad for me that I love to play control decks, but I'm really getting pushed into a direction of, yeah, well, Reno Mage, Reno Warlock, Reno Priest is what I play a lot. But I love them. I still really love them. So that's fine. I still have a lot of things to do, but yeah, it's a little like you get a little bit pushed into some directions. It's the same a little bit with the Pirates. But I love Hearthstone, guys. Like, it has made my life. I'm still so... I'm just feel super honored that I can do this all day. I wake up with a feeling that I'm like, yeah, I can play Hearthstone again like all day. I definitely really, I love the game. I have a little bit problems with tournament play at the moment. Like, I'm really struggling myself a little. Like, I get an invite to a tournament, and I'm like, yeah, do I want to play into it? Because the tournament meta is really, it really makes me. After HCT, I practiced for 2 weeks. I practiced really hard. I definitely had a sick lineup, and I did okay. But it also really started to realize me that, yeah, this meta is not like the meta I would like to play tournaments too much in. Ladder is in that concept a little bit. Fine. So yeah. Next, let's see what there is more, guys. What do you think about classic cards leaving standard? I think it's great. Guys, rotation is great. As a competitive player, I would say I don't even care too much what is happening, but every time things happen, I think it's improvement. It's good that there is like some kind of rotation going out. Even if there is just one card leaving the game, guys, it can just switch the meta game insane. Now, Spirit God's getting nerfed. Wow, it can mean a lot. Like, not just because like Shaman getting weaker, no. Maybe because Hunter was struggling, especially the first turns against these aggressive decks. Well, maybe Hunter becomes a little bit better here and there. And we don't have to play as much weapon hate, so we have spots for other cards. And there is so much happening when one guards get a switch, so every time a switch is good, I feel. With the new change and expansion, what is the best legendary to craft for new players? I will wait for crafting now, guys. Don't craft any legendary. We need to know a little bit more how the next expansion. There is a big announcement later today. Excited for that. Maybe it has something. I don't know. Don't craft a legendary now, I will say. Wait a little. You gotta wait a little. Telnos is the one, I would say. If you really want to craft a legendary, Blood Mage Telnos seems to be like the one that isn't going out and is still super strong though. Do you think Jade Shaman will dominate after the next patch? Yeah, Shaman will still dominate, guys. Like, let's be realistic. Yeah, they nerf Spirit Claws and Buccaneer. Well, Shaman really doesn't care at all. They will still be by far #1 class. Do you think the game is gonna die in competitive expansion is bad? I think the next expansion is definitely really important for it. The next expansion, like Hearthstone, will not die. It's just the direction Blizzard wants to go. We all know that they have different target groups. Like there is a lot of casual players, guys. Like, let's not forget that we are just a small part that playing it this competitively. So we are just a small part of it, and it's just what direction you want. Like, I will be totally fine, even if Blizzard will just go that direction. Then I will just have to accept it, and I definitely can. I can accept it, but then they maybe should not like sell Hearthstone anymore as like esports, because they really should focus also more on the competitive part of it if they want it. How do you feel others are looking in this opinion? Well, I know, guys, that a lot of other people are struggling a lot themselves. I think I am one of the guys that just enjoys Hearthstone still a lot. So, but I know a lot of people are really struggling with it, really getting triggered by the meta, by some, yeah, cards, not having interesting mechanics. The one thing that's something I really don't like either, and that their life coach had a really good point. The mechanics became so simplified. I mean, Jade's guys, bomb, they just come on the board. All these, little lame cards. I think even people are memeing a lot about the 4-mana 7/7. I think it's a great example. Like, it's just so strong of a minion that you just drop, and you don't have to think much about it. Hearthstone really became like a trade minion game in that part, and not a good trade minion game, because good trade minion games will be cards that are having more defense than offense. One thing that triggers me a little bit is there are so many cards that are so strong that have more offense than defense. If there was a minion trade game where you have like let's say we are playing 3 mana 3/5s or in 3 mana 3/6. Well, then trades are still becoming really interesting on board, where you're like, do we trade this, do we not trade this? But when you have a 1 mana 1/3, where there is no 1 or 2 drop that can even trade with a 1 mana 1/3, that can grow to a 6/3 with, if it goes a little bit your way. Yeah, like, these cards are so insane threats, guys. Like, we can also have cards like Zombie Chow that are requiring way more trading mechanics. If there will be a card, let's say a 4 mana 3/7, like, that will be a really interesting card, actually. Twilight Drake is it in some way in control decks, but you have to, like, take a lot yourself before. Then the trade game could become interesting, but at the moment the trade games are either does he make the trade or do I make the trade to sacrifice the minion. It's a simple, it's a really offensive trade game. What could be done to make Hunter more viable? Well, Hunter is always, let's not forget, guys, Hunter will always be a class that is, like, you have some classes that will always be a little, like, looking around in the middle. I think Druid is a good example. I think Warlock is a good example. Warlock just because of the hero power. But Hunter, guys, it's a class that's either really good or pretty bad. And that's because if you give Hunter too good of an early game, they're gonna wreck you. They're gonna wreck you harder than Shamans, maybe. If Blizzard will push Hunter insane. Because they have then the good early game and they have the best hero power for the late game. But yeah, like, I think Hunter and Control Hunter will never really come out because their hero power just doesn't have any control mechanic, and because they are so weak in playing from behind. So Hunter needs a really sick comeback mechanic of playing from behind to make it viable. They just have no comeback mechanic. Sometimes you're facing 1 or 2 minions and you just don't have any good way of dealing with that. And you just have to hope that they have a weakness somewhere, and then there is like some comeback mechanic. Are you thinking of giving Gwent a try, not necessarily playing it as much as Hearthstone, just giving it a try? At the moment, not. No. At the moment, I'm not. I don't know what will happen in the future, guys, but not for the next... for sure not for the next half year. Like, then I will be like, it will all be like, I have been streaming only Hearthstone for a really long time, and I think that is something that will continue. But maybe at some point I'm like, yeah, I will give this a try because I need some new input too. But that will also depend how attractive Hearthstone is to me. At the moment it's still super attractive, so... What is the best new cards releasing method, streamer or card versus card vote? I don't really mind however they, like, I don't know what is better to how to release. I don't think it matters too much. I can see why they want to have like card for card, because it like keeps the expansion hype up. So I think that's the reason behind it. Maybe cards are getting really figured out before a little, but yeah, that's the only small thing I see about it. Are you going to be playing Gwent with live coach or maybe even stream it? Maybe in the future, guys. Like, I will see how things are developing. It really depends a little on how things are developing. But I don't see the reason yet at all. Do you think that with the Buccaneer nerf Zoo will make a comeback? No. I feel Zoo is just getting a little bit too weakened out. I start a campaign with other pros to help Blizzard with their when they have a new expansion. Okay, this is interesting, Lord Marcus, and that's a good question. I would like to. I have said it multiple times to Blizzard. If you want to know my thoughts, my opinion, everything, or need me for something, please contact me. Like, I got asked for feedback here and there from time to time. And I mean, I play the games 8 hours a day, guys. I have a lot of game knowledge. So yeah, it's definitely a good thing, I think. And I have given my feedback also multiple times on multiple things. And I would like to do, and I still do, but there also has to get like some kind of way of return that I would like to see something getting taken from the feedback. Like, I have given my feedback a lot of times, and I think Hearthstone is still like insanely great, and that's always how I started too. But yeah, and that's also something Lightweigh's done. He has given his feedback, but yeah, he would like to see something also happening with the feedback in the way of the game. But don't forget, guys, we are the competitive part, but we are just a small part of the guys playing Hearthstone. But I would always say, like, a Blizzard guy, if I can help them in any way, I do it without any problem. I love the game, so I will, if I can help anywhere, I would like to. Thijs, have you ever tried to reach out to a Hearthstone directly and feedback on metagame and card designs? Have the yeah, I have been at Irvine 2 times. I have had Skype calls also regarding this. But yeah, we'll see, guys. I mean, I give my feedback, but it's their product, so they have to. It's up to them. Have you ever tried Magic the Gathering? No, I've never really played it. Never really played it. Will you move to poker? No, I will not move to poker. But it was quite cool though that I was invited to London. It was actually really fun. I was actually super surprised how. Yeah, well, I thought I was not like I have never played the game, but I was actually in a really competitive field with people playing for 10 years. I did so. I was so surprised how fast I picked up things. So it may be like here and there, if I get invited to a live event, I would like to play. I'm not gonna play online grinding stuff and so, but I loved the live event. That was definitely really cool. What color? How much cards will the cards? What was your favorite expansion meta? I loved the meta at the European Championship of 2000. What was it? 2015. The European Championship in Prague. That was the best meta game. That was, yeah, when I became European champion in Prague, I remember. Me and Life Coach both qualified for the top 16 in Europe. We had to, like, that was already really difficult, but we qualified. So there were like 16 players going to Prague. And me and, I should stop calling him Adrian. Me and Life Coach did a boot camp. I went 2 weeks to his house there. We played for 10 to 12 hours a day, waking up at 7, ending the day at 9. Not just only playing, but also reviewing and improving and to make it to BlizzCon. That was what we wanted. And we improved so much. We played so much handlock against handlock games. We played patron against handlock games, and we improved so much. We knew exactly what to do at what spot with which cards, what we were looking for and what our opponent will do and what we wanted there to make it happen. And it was so insane because handlock mirrors, guys, handlock mirrors were so intense. There were mountain giants you had to be care of. There was Shadow Flame, there was over aggression, and there was not enough aggression, and there was so much counterplay. It was insane, guys, how intense handlock mirrors were. It was insane. Man, I love this matchup. Like, you had to respect your opponent, but you had to respect your own deck and sometimes disrespect. And there you had to make so many different odds during a handlock mirror with swing cards, like healthy swing cards like Shadow Flame and Mountain Giant, heal bots. It was so intense. And but then we went to the European Championship. And we felt like we had everything in our minds, like how to handle the patron mirror, or where to go with the patron against handlock. Also a super complicated matchup. It was so amazing, and but we were so prepared. We were there, and it was the first time, and I think the only time I came in a tournament and I said, I will go to the Worlds. There is no way I'm not getting top 4 here. There is no way I'm not making it into the top 4. There is no way. And I sometimes say that to myself, but it's a little, I know it's not super true. That was the moment, and life coach said that too. Like, there's no way we are not making top 4. We are so prepared. We are so ahead of the rest. There's no way we are not making it. There's no way. And we both made it. We both made top 4 there. And then we, like, it didn't really matter. Like, top 4 went to BlizzCon. And it didn't really matter who would win it. But I won it. I won in the semifinals against him. Well, that could have gone a little bit both ways. And then I won in the final also. And I became European champion. And this is still the highlight of my career as an Hearthstone player. I have been coming like twice European champion. I have been we won the ATLC with the team, also a big highlight. But the first European championship in Prague with like a crowd of 10k or 20k people watching there too. My first really, really big title after DreamHack. That was definitely my highlight. If I have to say one thing what is the highlight of my career, it's the European Championship in Prague 2015 there. Yeah, you see how emotional I got. I kind of a little got with the good memories that meta game gave me, guys. Oh man, I miss Handlock. I miss Handlock, guy. I miss Mountain Giant, the Molten Giant. I miss him so much. He's so good. It's like it's such a good card for the game. Such a good concept card. Huh. So, any more direct questions, guys? Let's see. And the Oscar goes to Thijs, thank you. How do you feel about the Jade mechanic? I think it's a really scary mechanic, guys. It's a really lame mechanic. I don't know how to describe the Jade, but it's a little bit lame mechanic. Kinda is even, and like Katoon was totally fine. I didn't mind Katoon, but it was also a really simple mechanic, and Jade's is a little worse. Like, it's just bomb, next one, next one, next one, next one, next one. I don't know, it's cool for a little time, but it really becomes annoying really fast. If Jade's will become more mechanic, guys, you will love the Shaman meta. You will miss the Shaman meta if Jades are becoming stronger. You're like, please give me the Shaman meta back. Do you think Pirate Warrior will still be a thing? Yeah, but maybe it will be more Dragon Warrior. Like with the Buccaneer, like Dragons are also really good in Warrior. But Alex Star's Champion also will rotate out soon, so yeah. Thijs, will the nerf kill off Shaman? No, the nerfs will not kill off Shaman, guys. It will make the more aggressive Shaman getting a little nerfed. But let's not give ourselves lies, guys. Shaman will still be #1 class after these 2 nerfs. Like, Jade Shaman will be nuts too. It doesn't matter, guys. Shaman has too many great cards, come on. They just go Totem, and Tunnel Truck, Totem, Golem, 7/7, all these Jade Man cards. Like, Jade Lightning and Jade Claws are insane too. Yeah, they don't have their 1-drop maybe, like, or not, instead of like 4 good 1-drops, they have 3 good 1-drops now. They probably will exclude the pirate package. Yeah, I guess we're gonna play Sunrise. Yeah, are there any really questions I should answer now, or still are any questions? Am I allowed to put this on Reddit? Do whatever with it you want. Like yes, it's just my thoughts, guys. And I got so many questions today, especially after the video from Life Coach. So I wanted to get a little of Talkstone in because of that. Yeah, like the tournament with the open cups, guys, I really don't like it. No, that's something like it. One of the easiest solutions, I think it already, like everybody said already, just have a tournament mode. Like every time you also have to post deck list and send deck list to like open cups organizers, and just have an in-game client. Like it will make some so easy. Like let Blizzard partner up with Strivewire. They are doing great work. Shout out to them. No, but like all these sites, there are some sites. I think Battlefy and Strivewire, they're doing great jobs. But yeah, let them work a little bit more together and let Blizzard take a little bit more control over it. Like all these open cup sites, and there are like 10 different ones in a night, and it's a little clown fiesta thing. I feel it like as a new player. What do you even like? It has to be so rough to like understand how the system works in Hearthstone. How to like get the points here and there, and what are all the rules and everything.